we were talking about President Trump's first 100 days. I'm just curious, what's your assessment about how it's going?
Horrible. I mean, the ratings are showing. I mean,
yeah.
I think Gout has a higher approval rating. I never thought that I would need plastic surgery, but Donald Trump has cracked my face. I mean, the creases right here, because I'm always there. He'll say something, and I'm like,
what do you think, he could do to maybe make things better?
Resign?
Yeah. Wanda Sykes wastes no time cutting through the fog of his chaos, and it's almost too easy. She looks at his presidency like a bad sitcom reboot that somehow got renewed for too many seasons. Each episode promises drama, but all it delivers is a bloated ego fumbling through teleprompters like they're written in hieroglyphics.
It's not normal that I know that I'm smarter than the president. In the Mueller investigation, how does he not know that he's individual number one? It all says in the Mueller report that they co-conspired with individual number one. Motherfucker, that's you!
Wanda skewers that smug confidence by pointing out how his idea of growth is basically putting glitter on a foreclosure sign. He treats debt like an accessory, flaunting it as if owing billions were a lifestyle goal. It's the type of financial logic that makes even monopoly players shake their heads.
Going after transgender, especially transgender kids, because here's the thing. You're supposed to be trying to fix the problems of America, right? So you target a community that's less than 1% of the population. How about focus on climate change that affects everybody instead of...
Trump talks about infrastructure like it's a fairy tale told to children before bedtime. Bridges crumble, roads crack, and he waves his hands around as if sheer willpower can patch potholes. Wanda doesn't even have to dig deep. His grand plans sound less like policy and more like a middle schooler promising to build a treehouse, but forgetting the wood, nails, and any sense of balance. When it comes to the economy, he brags like a man who thinks maxing out credit cards counts as financial genius.
So let's see. He didn't end the Ukraine war or solve Gaza within his first week, but he did end freedom of speech within his first year. Hey, for those of you who pray, now's the time to do it.
His rallies become comedy gold without him even realizing it. Packed stadiums, endless rambling, and self-congratulations delivered with the enthusiasm of a man who thinks standing ovations should be included in the Constitution.
Jimmy, I'm a black woman and a lesbian. How the hell you think I'm doing?
I think they call that 0 for 3.
Yeah,
yes,
right, exactly.
What's your opinion of why it went this way? Why Americans voted the way we did?
Sometimes America is just gonna America, you know? I mean, there's so many reasons why you can say, it happened, but I think, a lot of us aren't totally shocked. Embarrassing. Actually, the whole administration is just embarrassing, incompetent, corrupt. I haven't said white people, y'all really should be embarrassed by this. You really should be.
Trump treated science like an optional elective and reality like a personal attack. Wanda draws laughter by comparing his press briefings to late-night infomercials, where snake oil gets pitched with patriotic music blaring in the background.
Right.
Some of them been coming to my show, and again, I'm like, why are y'all here? Don't you know me by now?
They get upset, they come to the show.
Yeah, they come to the show, and then as soon as I say one thing about Trump, I hear, they actually make that noise, and they get up, and it's like, hum, 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 hum. Like, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah, well, they're not doing their research, that's for sure.
I know, but
Do you feel like Trump is finally starting to age when you look at him?
No, but we are. I mean, he still looks the same. I think he's getting younger. I don't know,
On climate change, he treats rising seas like an inconvenient rumor. Wanda lampoons the way he dismisses scientific consensus as though polar ice caps are merely gossip from jealous glaciers. His solution to environmental disaster is essentially plugging leaks with duct tape and hoping the problem goes away during the next news cycle. His legacy on climate reads like a manual for how not to save the planet. His relationship with the press is another fountain of material. He attacks reporters with the subtlety of a man swatting flies. forgetting that their job is literally to shine a light on his blunders. Wanda leans into this hypocrisy, joking that Trump treats journalists like they're paparazzi chasing a celebrity, when in reality, they're just cataloging the endless circus of his presidency.
On a more positive note, are you enjoying the Trump trial?
I am enjoying the Trump trial. I really am. You know, I know they say he's passing gas and everything. Courtroom. So I like that I'm watching it from home.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I want to be in that room.
His love of social media is too rich to ignore. Trump wields Twitter like a flamethrower in a fireworks factory, blasting out rants with all the grace of a man typing with oven mitts. Wanda makes it clear that no statesman in history has ever been so obsessed with posting. His tweets read less like official statements and more like the diary entries of a teenager grounded on a Saturday night. On healthcare, his promises unravel faster than a cheap sweater. Wanda mocks his so-called plan that never seems to materialize, existing only in the realm of vague promises. He dangles the idea of better coverage the same way con artists promise beachfront property in the desert. Each promise comes with the substance of cotton candy, fluffy, colorful, but dissolving instantly when tested. His approach to immigration is another glaring target. Wanda takes aim at the endless red ties that hang so long they look like escape ropes. His suits appear oversized like he borrowed them from a department store mannequin. The hair, of course, remains the crown jewel of ridicule, an architectural feat that defies wind, rain, and reason. Wanda highlights the absurdity of a leader who blames everyone else, courts, investigators, rivals, while refusing to admit the common denominator in every mess is himself. Wanda cracks open these contradictions, pointing out how his business empire looks more like a stack of smoke and mirrors than the empire he brags about. On education, his priorities resemble a budget drawn up by someone who thought school lunches were socialist plots. Wanda hammers his disregard for teachers, students, and basic funding, treating public education like an afterthought while funneling attention toward private ventures that benefit the elite. He envisions classrooms as profit centers rather than places where kids actually learn.
But the thing is, he's old. So that's what happens when you're old. You fall asleep and you toot a little bit. I'm doing.
You know, it's funny because most people, you just go, all right, well, you know, he's an older guy, he's sitting there, he's, you know, whatever. But in this guy, you know that if Joe Biden did something like that,
oh my God,
he'd have a blimp with Joe Biden farted on it, flying over the courtroom.
Oh yeah, they would pump sound in. They would like put a mic right by his butt. They would mic his seat. They would, oh my God.
They'd have him blasting "Hail to the Chief" out of his,
And so, Wanda Sykes tears through Trump's presidency with relentless precision, leaving behind a landscape of shattered ego, exposed hypocrisy, and endless laughter at a man who believed power meant never being the joke, only to discover he's the biggest one of all.